I just love it when I'm reading the word and I can hear what God was trying to say. I'll just, for instance, the only way I can explain it is to tell you how it happened. But I was reading about, I'm doing a Daniel study and a wisdom study. So the Daniel one is Daniel 4:18 through 27. And it's talking about another dream that King Nebuchadnezzar, just call him King Nebi, it's fine. King Nebi had a dream and he wanted it interpreted again, so he asked, sometimes I get the good guys mixed up. Who was it? His name was Daniel. He asked Daniel. Daniel. Duh, I just said I'm doing a Daniel. Whatever, you guys are with me. So he asked Daniel to interpret it again, and it was about a really tall tree that was great and powerful, reached the heavens. It had tons of authority. People nestled under it. They felt safe and stuff. And the Lord was warning him that he's going to cut down the tree, but he's going to leave the taproot. And that Nebi was going to be taken out of society, and he had to go. He's going to be with the wild animals, eating the animals. He ended up having hair long super feathers, and then he had claws like animals. And he told him it was going to be for 7 years until he can understand that heaven rules. And I know that sounds terrible. It does. Nobody's going to want to do that. Nobody's going to want to fall from top of the top, King of Kings on earth, the most authority anybody's ever been described, and have to go eat grass like oxen, is one of the lines that said it was going to do. But all I could hear was the goodness of God, the goodness of God, the goodness of God. And so I made these bullet points. I know, how do you hear the goodness of God when you hear that? But Nebi would recognize God, but not God of all. He wasn't the God of all. So, number one, God is good because he warned him. He told him. Number two, he wasn't going to leave Nebi where Nebi was at. He was going to make sure that King Nebi could be fully the way that God intended for him to be, with the revelation that Christ is king. He wasn't going to leave him lost. How good is that? That's a good God. Number two, he was gonna, or number three, I don't know what number I'm on. He was gonna do what was necessary and help him understand, and gave him an exact timeline. How many times do we enter a season and we're oh Lord, how long is this gonna be? I have said a million times, if I could just know that this is gonna be for the next year or 6 months, or what this is. He gave him the exact timeline that it would take him to realize. He said it would be 7 years. And then, I didn't say this part, but in that interpretation, God said leave the taproot. Those are the roots underneath the ground. And I looked that up. It's the trees with the strongest and deepest roots. So he was leaving the strongest and deepest roots of King Nebi's human kingdom, because God said, your kingdom will be restored to you when you come to understand heaven rules. So he gave him a promise. He gave him a promise in the midst of all of that. And I just love the God. I just love God because he's so good. He's just so good, that he won't let us stay where we're at. He'll constantly continue to help shape us and mold us to be exactly who we were created to be. That's such a friend. That's such a good God. That's such a you think about it in parental terms, you're gonna do for your children exactly what you need to do when you know what's on the other side, when you know that revelation is on the other side, when you know that growth is on the other side. You would do anything to make sure. And you're so our God is so good that he told him. It just blows my mind that he told him the timeline, because I'm such a person that I would like to know, when we're in season A or season B or season C, could you tell me how long that's gonna be? And it's not a control thing. It just makes me feel better. Maybe it's a control thing, but he did that for him. And it reminds me of that song, there's no shadow you won't light up, no mountain you won't climb up when you're coming after me. It's the overwhelming love of God. And man, as crazy as that detail was, for him to lose his kingdom and go be with the wild animals, all nasty and gross, because he said his sanity was gone, and the Lord, he said he a year later he was walking around, and then suddenly he was not. He was taken from society, and he had to live with the animals, and he said it was exactly 7 years, and he said his sanity returned to him. God is good. God is good. Even in the hard, he is so good. And so I encourage you today, look for his goodness even in the hard, because God comes through. He restored everything. Oh, and then there was another verse later on that said Nebuchadnezzar, King Nebi is the one who admitted, once the 7 years was over, that it said he glorified, exalted, praised God, and he admitted, he said his kingdom was even better than it was before. It was even better. You know what I'm saying? I'm about all that better. About it. All right. Go look for the goodness of God. Listen for the goodness of God. Even in the hard. He's so good.